Welcome again to San Luis Obispo Buddhist Church YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave us a comment so that we improve ourselves and you help spread the Dharma. If you would please put your palms together for a meditation reading. Reverently entrusting myself to the teaching, practice, and realization that are the true essence of the Pure Land Way, I am especially aware of the profundity of the Tathagata's benevolence. Here I rejoice in what I have heard and extol what I have received. Words of Shinran Shonin, founder of Jodo Shinshu. If you would please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. When I was young, I was going to run away from home twice, and both times was because supposedly I did something I wasn't supposed to do. Supposedly. And both times was out of impulse, anger, and without forethought or a plan. I was going to join, one time I was going to join a carnival. Middle of wintertime, there are no carnivals, but I was going to run away anyway. But as I reflect back on these two situations now, it is a funny situation. Where was I going to run to? I couldn't even get out of the house. The other thing was, it's childish. It was very immature on my part, with no, like I said, no forethought, no plan. I was just going to run away and join either a carnival or a circus. And it was just non-thinking on my part. It was just an impulsive act out of anger. You know, and when you think about it, being a youth, it is a growing process. Not only growing into maturity, but also growing into height. This height. Well, I stopped there. So, but impulsive decisions, without thought, without a plan, is I think part of being a youth. And it's carefree, it's spontaneous, it's out of haste. But yet that's when we make the worst plans, or non-plans, if you have it. So, you know, during this time as growing up, my parents tried very hard to plant a seed. So they made me, I had two choices. I could go to the Catholic Church, or I could go to the Buddhist church. But either church that I went to, I had to dress up. At that time, everyone dressed up. And so it was, okay. So I made a bargain with my mom. I'll go to the Buddhist church only on special observances and the fun days. And she said, well, it's better than not going at all. So I went to the fun days. But you know, maturity makes you look at things differently. It makes you look at what is important. And it also, I think it helps us to realize that there was a seed being planted by our parents. And it doesn't matter what denomination you went to, but that seed is being planted. So as I matured, I've always worked in the community for a different purpose, mostly for seniors and the youth. And then as I began to work closer to the temple where I'm from, I began to once in a while drop by the temple for a service. And there would be maybe a Dharma message, or maybe just some of the words that was being presented in the Dharma message that caught my ear. And so I began to see temple with a different eyes. It was seeing a community of fellow Nembutsu followers who listened to the teachings and who seemed to want to live a happier, better life. And that was through the sharing of the Dharma. But I have to admit, I was rebellious. I was rebellious about hearing and seeing and feeling what the teachings could share with me. But like I said, I think maturity helps us. So, hearing certain words, maybe even a short lesson, plant that seed so that I could be here today. There was still that rebellious streak. No, not me. I'm not going to do anything like that. But further and further into study and to maturity, it started to grow. Something started to grow inside of me, wanting to know more about the Dharma. And we all have reasons, different reasons for attending temple or to hearing this Dharma message over YouTube or wherever you hear it from. And it's different for everyone. Maybe it's hearing when we ring the bell outside and you're on the trail, you hear the bell, and curiosity hits that little note, and you go, whoa, what's that sound? Or maybe it's just your desire to see if there's little bald-headed monks running around in saffron robes. Or maybe it's just your imagination, and you want to know what goes inside the temple, what's happening inside the temple. But you know what? The temple is open no matter what your reason is. Regardless of how you dressed, the doors are always open. And sometimes at that point, being impulsive can be beneficial. And sometimes, let's face it, sometimes it doesn't work. So hopefully, we learn from these impulsive starts, And that impulsive start is coming to temple and just getting just a tiny taste of the Dharma and what we're what we try to convey so that we do find a little peace and a little bit of joy in our lives. Not all messages are going to have benefits for you, but hopefully make just a little bit of wisdom that we carry. And it's always our Nembutsu, our Namu Amida Butsu, out of thankfulness, gratitude, and appreciation for your tuning into the San Luis Obispo YouTube channel, or just coming to temple to hear just that little bit of wisdom that can better ourselves. So if you would please put your palms together in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Thank you for listening today.